13th again. Woo! Now, let's get to the geometry. The 13 spheres of knowledge, where the feminine, the matter, seeks within the dark, with what is unknown with God, and the masculine, the energy expands it. There's an expansion. This is connected to, within the tarot, the Hierophant, the Chariot. So, within the Hierophant, you are understanding something about organized religion, like the structures without. Let's just look at the structures without of understanding the unseen worlds. And then you're having now your own experience with that. That's really being reflected back without in the world right now. And like, it really is being reflected back also without right now, like putting a label on it for a second, why star seeds and twin flames are needed within this planet, because there's a massive restoration to innocence that is part of this mission that is needed, that's the answer, the solution to heal the planet is the restoration to innocence. And this work is happening within yourself, with your light body. And you're knowing something. You're knowing something about yourself right now. You're knowing something about how to restore yourself back to innocence. And there's a lot to do with nature. So much of what is being shown is how to connect and to get back to nature, to get out of your dome. If you're in an environment where you're always enclosed and you don't get natural sunlight, you're being called to get fresh air, to get into nature, because you will be in alchemy with nature and you will attune to nature. You're going to get a divine attunement with nature and ground. Get your shoes off. And don't, like, part of this is about moving beyond this world, the artificial world, right? It's like, oh no, I can't take my shoes off. I can't put my feet on the earth. No, take your shoes off. Put your feet on the earth. Sit on the earth. Get out of these programs and get back to the earth. Get back to your real home. And as you ground and as you spend time with nature, you're going to harmonize. And something shifts. So as you see what's just happening, the outer world is in chaos right now, especially with these Epstein files. But it's all being unearthed, right? It's all being seen. What was unseen is being seen. But remember, there's layers to this and there's levels to this, and you have to be careful, because remember, the element of air has been hacked, the unseen element. And there's a little bit of truth. Well, there's truth and deception. There's deception within truth and truth within deception. It's all one. And at each layer, there's a different truth and there's a different deception. Okay? And yeah, that's tricky. And you're seeing it, how it's connected, how it's all one. And so this means you can be watching something and there can be elements of truth to it, along with elements of deception. And we're all doing that within ourselves as well, right? So, prime example, it's like, I was watching this video of Epstein, and it was all, about the Epstein files. And then it continued to move from the Epstein files to the studying the occult knowledge. But studying the occult knowledge with such a negative and twisted spin from somebody who had a very extremely negative, surreal, like off the charts wowee experience, and then was twisted into the new age movement, and anyone studying the occult studying astrology, being connected to astrology, doing meditation, doing the tarot. And within this video, it started off with the Epstein files, and it was, you know, wow. And then it shifted into, you know, the New Age movement, the tarot, meditation, and, you know, linking it to like the stars of Hollywood, using the tarot, using crystals, and how that is connected into the occult knowledge, is connected to Epstein and what is going on with Epstein. Now, that's dangerous. That's dangerous because it's not true. There is good and bad everywhere. There is dark and light everywhere. There is this and that everywhere. And to say that people that study astrology, to people that do the tarot, that use crystals, to put down people that meditate, or even like to connect this to meditation. You know, Joe Dispenza and his whole movement, meditation, taking out meditation and the connection to meditation within cultures. And then, you know, you go back and where's the stem of this coming from? And it's coming from, like, you know, these certain Christians with Bibles and scripture has been weaponized more than anything, and that there's only one way to God and to knowing God. But it's hilarious because, you know, God created the devil, and God did not rate the Bible. There are, you know, and I do feel like a very personal connection to this, because I work within the New Age community and have connected to people within this New Age movement and met some of the most beautiful, amazing people. And Joe Dispenza included practicing his meditations, studying his work. And we're gonna put it down like Buddhist and all that stuff. Like, this is a little bit ridiculous. You have to use some common sense, and to say, you know, that scripture in the Bible is the only way to salvation and to know God. And if you're practicing the tarot, or if you have crystals, or if you're studying astrology or know astrology, that you are connected to what Epstein is doing, that's not this. It's like, okay, you have it goes back to like the story of Harry Potter. It's like you have people with wands that are doing good things with their wands, and people with wands that are doing bad things with their wands. And like, to even put it in the same category, to me, it's just, wow. So you take everything with a grain of salt right now, and go back within, because so much of this now is getting back within. It's getting back to like, how are you creating this within? Like, your universe within is an alchemy without, and like, we have to massively shift this planet for the greater good, like freaking Care Bears. Like, Care Bears in real time, and Care Bears in real time meaning all sorts of things, because the Care Bear is doing work with their lower chakras, and that's where their energy is like beaming through. But instead, we need to beam all of our energy up and through, and, you know, get the Taurus, you know, your Taurus in your energy field, you know, expanding with that, healing with that, shifting dimensions, you know, molding the reality without, by doing all this work within, and not getting so lost in the darkness. And like, let's not even use the words darkness, but the evil chaos without. Going back within with God and getting lost in fantasy. And this is where, again, that like some a little bit of like, you know, let's just say the twin flame romance part comes in. And again, we're going to put a label on it for a second. That's all we're talking about. But something is shifting by the full moon in Libra. So we have a new moon in Pisces and a full moon in Libra. And by the full moon in Libra, You are going to be feeling more harmonious thanks to being what is being set forth with this geometry today. Now let's see what you're seeing. What's it connected to? Let's get some Reiki. And guys, I really don't even want to get on a rant of some of the things that I have truthfully seen being pushed with the Bible. Like, I feel like we could all use a little bit of compassion. Just remember, the new is always attacked. The old always attacks the new. And God is everywhere. God is in the old, God is in the new. God is in the center point of creation. God is the center point of creation. God is everything. Loving touch. This is what is needed. Look at that loving touch, and it's look at that connection. I think it greatly helps if you understand that aliens are involved in all this. And certain aliens not giving a fuck about humans. And humans understanding their place here. In planet Earth. Whatever this place is. Loving touch. Loving touch. It's you know, this is evolving. It's understanding what's being pushed. Like, my brother and I were even talking about, like, YouTube, and, like, now you have to start up a YouTube account to, like, refresh your algorithm if you want to get a break from what you're seeing in your algorithm. And he was talking about how, like, he just was going to start a new account, and, like, it was just, like, all these half-naked ladies dancing. It's just, like, evolving past this narrative into, like, a deep connection of community and love. What love is. What love truly is. Representing a loving touch, touch is our first sense that we experience in our mother's womb. Touch is an essential part of wholeness and love. From studies, we know that without touch, babies cannot thrive. We know from other studies that a mother's touch can relieve pain in children. Touch can be a sign of affection and or a non-verbal communication to another. Have you hugged someone today? You're craving connection. And whatever you're seeing is connected to connection. All right, much love. I look forward to seeing you when we meet up for what's happening next. We have a new moon in Pisces and the alchemy of souls as you expand from understanding the harvesting of souls. All right, much love. I'll see you there.